Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. I have a decent sized stack of comics here, and then I got two others that I will show off at the end, but let's get straight into it. And we're going to start off with the big book of the week, Saga. It is back after a 3-year hiatus, and I could not be happier. This issue is slightly oversized. I'm not sure of the page count exactly, but it is the same price, $2.99. And it is basically the same saga that you remember if you were reading it before. It has not yet broken my heart, but I know that it's coming. It's inevitable. There is a very nice... There's a thing at the end here. I don't want to show off any pages, but come on. Here we go. Sticking together. I'm not going to show off that page, but there is a very nice letter here at the end talking about the hiatus, talking about coming back, talking about Fiona and their personal lives. It is good, recommended, and the book overall is excellent. For anyone unfamiliar, and it's hard to grasp that anyone would be unfamiliar, but there are many trades, 11 maybe, of issues 1 through 54. Please get those. Read it. It's great. Human Target issue 4. This is almost entirely Ted talking at Christopher Chance and Ice. He fills these pages with text. Here's just one page. Right. So they're sitting there not saying anything. All of those bubbles are Ted talking. And I've never really been a Blue Beetle fan. I actually prefer Jaime over Ted because I've honestly read very little Ted. But I think I was influenced by Watchmen, both the comic and the movie, into thinking Ted, as the Night Owl equivalent, or Night Owl as the Blue Beetle equivalent, is kind of sad and pathetic. And so I imprinted that onto Blue Beetle, and I've just never cared about Ted. This makes him interesting. I don't know if this is historically accurate. Again, I never read the Justice League International stuff, but I kind of like him here. He's interesting. The most interesting thing comes here at the very end when the two of them are getting drunk in a bar, and it's very good. That's all I'm going to say. It is an excellent book. This issue in particular, fantastic. Black Hammer Reborn, issue 8. This is another Colonel Weird heavy issue. And I'm going to say Colonel Weird, I've said it before, I'm going to say decisively, Colonel Weird is my favorite Black Hammer character. And as I said, this is heavy on Colonel Weird. It is obviously building towards something. That something may not be good. It seems like it's going to be terrible for the Black Hammer universe, but I am loving every second of it. Frontiersman issue 5. This series continues to be great. However, this issue is somewhat made visually confusing by these three people. So this guy is sort of a horned, demon, winged looking guy. There is this woman over here, and there is this thing down there. And the three of them attack Frontiersman, and there's a big fight in the treehouse, and it is visually hard to tell what is happening at times. So the three of them are there, they're attacking, and then we get to, I don't entirely know what's happening there. There's this guy, but then there's also whatever's happening in the background, and it's not the most visually clear as to what's happening because I think the bear is a shapeshifter. I might have to read this again. She gets knocked out pretty quickly, and I think the winged guy is pretty clear to understand, but it's the bear, like this. I don't know. This is not the most visually clear, but the writing continues to be great. I still enjoy the series overall, I think this is a minor step back in regards to at least the art of this character in particular. And I'm sure for next issue it will be back to being excellent. Robin issue 10. So issue 9 ended with Robin sort of time traveling into the ancient past, and it was a weird swerve based on a series that to date had been about a tournament, kids fighting each other in a tournament, and then suddenly he's time traveling, and it was very strange. This is sort of it's almost an origin story for both Roz and Roz's mother, but you can see the family tree here. And it's all sort of building up to Shadow War. There might be an ad for that in here somewhere too. It's coming in March, April? It's coming. The big crossover book. Anyway, it's not in here. But, so this is sort of an origin story to the Roz, to Lazarus Pits, and I thought I was under the impression that the Lazarus Pits were naturally occurring, and this says that they are created, which I found interesting. But I don't know if that is a rewrite of history or if I'm just wrong. It's very likely I could be wrong. But anyway, this continues to be good. I'm not currently getting Deathstroke, so I don't know what's going to happen when Shadow War comes, if I'm going to pick up the additional titles or I'm just going to try to, I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet. Once in Future, issue 24, as always, I love this book, and in no small part thanks to Dan Mora's art. In this, we have a fight between two King Arthurs, and Merlin interrupts it by telling one of the Arthurs what Lancelot has been doing on the side. So that panel is brilliant where that happens. But I'm getting more curious about Merlin as this goes on, and perhaps who he is or what he knows and what he's choosing to tell Arthur. I'm getting very interested in that guy. But there's an additional character that is brought into the universe here. I'm kind of disappointed because they introduced somebody, this guy, and then they sort of abandoned him. But they bring somebody else in this issue, and I love it, and I'm hoping to see more of him. But this guy, just look at that art. I love it. So they're gonna send him after the Arthurs. It's crazy, and I love every second of it. Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond. This is sort of an end cap on the Black Cat series. It's still written by Jed. I don't see his name on the cover. I opted to not get the J. Scott Campbell cover. There was this, and there was one other at the shop. I like this one. But this is an adventure with MJ teaming up with Felicia, and it's good. They sort of do a montage heist, but I like it. Still enjoyable. I don't know why Peter's in the hospital. I have not been reading Spider-Man, and I haven't even been paying attention enough to catch up, to just osmose it into my head from general internet reading. But if anyone is reading Spider-Man and can just drop a comment below about why he's in a coma, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll wind up just looking up a wiki at some point. But this is good. If you're reading Black Cat, you should get this. And I don't know where this is going to lead, but it was a fun one-off adventure. Batman Catwoman Special is a strange book. It starts off, it's basically a Catwoman story. And it reminds me both of Saga and then Claws, the Grant Morrison, Dan Mora series had an entire issue that was focused on one character every Christmas Day. Each page, or was it, I think there were double page, I think there were splashes. But it was Christmas Day, every page across a character's lifetime. And it was very well done. This is sort of similar to that. It's Christmas on many days throughout Selena Kyle's life, and it's good, but the art is handed off at some point to other artists because John Paul Leon died. So it is that story, and then at the end there is additional material because this changed after his death into a tribute issue. So there's a couple of essays here at the back, and then there is some additional material, some shorts, some pinups, additional short, and an additional essay. It's weird. It's a weird combination of elements that, I don't know, you sort of continue a story, but also it's a tribute book at the same time. It's, as I said, it's strange. The main story is good. I don't know what else to say. It's good. It is. So you can see here that it was drawn, half of it, and then it gets handed off. I don't know. It is, I'll say it's functional, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. I guess functional is the best I can describe it as. So of these, let me see. Frontiersman's really good. Human Target's really good, but I'm gonna have to give pick of the week to Saga. It's very nice to have Saga back again, and I think I said this in the beginning, but it has not missed a beat. It's the same Saga as it ever was. And like I said again at the beginning, I'm sure Heartbreak is coming. I'm gonna place a bet right now. Issue 107 is gonna be devastating. We'll see what happens in a few years. One other book that I got this week, this is November. I dropped off a box of books to Books A Million back in December, and I picked up volume 1 of November, loved it, asked my comic shop to get me volumes 2 and 3 because I believed that it was a 3-volume series. This is hardcover, but turns out it's 4. So I've got now volumes 1 and 3. I'm waiting for 2 and 4, but I will do a video on this at some point. Also, a friend got me Last Night on Earth. This was on my Christmas wish list, so I got this and I have some feelings about it. I've already read it, which is kind of a surprise for me. I have not decided if I'm doing a video on this or not, but it is, I will say that the art is nice, and you can judge for yourself what I mean by that. The art is nice. That's everything for this week. Next week there's only one issue on my pull list that's coming out next week, so I will likely wind up doing something different because there just isn't that much material to do a weekly. I have not figured out what that is yet, but I will. I've got a week to figure it out. As always, I get all of my comics from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.